Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise before you today because the co-sponsor of the bill, or the prime sponsor of the bill, asked me as a co-sponsor to come speak before you today about the importance of freedom of speech. And Mr. Speaker, it's a pleasure to finally be able to get to speak on the same side of the aisle as my friend from Salem. She's a passionate individual, a young person who has spent a lot of time here, and it's a great thing to be able to get to speak with her. This bill, very simple. There's a problem in our schools right now that students have been reporting for, unfortunately, a long time. Their free speech has been hampered, and this is students, both conservative students, liberal students, socialist students, and libertarian students. People have had their ability to speak on issues hampered by college administrators who are trying their hardest to keep things nice. Unfortunately, for those who want to keep things nice and calm and respectful, sometimes freedom of speech requires us to be a little bit passionate. It requires us to say something that the majority of the people in the room might disagree with. In fact, that's what protest is all about. And, Mr. Speaker, this bill was worked on extraordinarily hard for the last biennium, as a matter of fact. It was introduced in the beginning of this biennium, and now we are here towards the end of it, debating the final version of this bill. The sponsor worked with the Civil Rights Division of the AG's office to make sure that it fits and is compliant with what they need to do in that office, making sure that it doesn't have any civil rights violations in it, and they worked very hard with the university system to make sure that it met their concerns. And this is important because this government, this country, and this world depends on the Constitution that we have here in the United States of America. There are many countries in this world that don't have basic foundational constitutional rights, and they look to the United States of America, our red, white, and blue stripes, for inspiration for those constitutional rights. And if we here in this body today don't say that our students on the institutions where they're learning have those constitutional rights, freedom of association, freedom of speech, we all know the gambit, then I think we're failing them. Because our institutions of educational learning, especially our higher education institutions, should be places where we can vociferously debate these issues, where everybody from every side can come and tell why or why not they have the beliefs that they do. And yes, sometimes those beliefs will be abhorrent to most of us. That's what freedom of speech is about. The founders were smart, they were intelligent, and they knew that the minority view needed to be protected in a constitutional republic if it was to survive. The First Amendment isn't for things that we all agree about. I don't need the First Amendment to protect me from my right to say that puppies are cute. I think most of us agree puppies are cute. I need my First Amendment rights to protect me from people who would prosecute me for my position on something that they don't agree with, someone prosecuting a minority view. So, Mr. Speaker, to protect our educational institutions and make sure that speech and debate is had in a full-throated way, and understanding the very diligent work that was put into this bill, I urge you to join me, Representative McDonald, the young people of this body, and everybody in here who loves freedom of speech in supporting the ought-to-pass motion on this legislation. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Luno.